that there's going to have to be some work that needs to be done between Oprah and her mother, but this is not new. When we come into this world, we form our identities in relationship to our families, and in particular, our mothers. Now, there's a healthy way of being, which is where families and relationships with our mothers are open and honest, and then there's unhealthy relationships where they're full of lies and shame and secrecy. And I think what we have here is a situation where Oprah has done a magnificent job of getting past that shame and getting past that secrecy and finding a voice in the world and finding the capacity to heal. Trauma has a profound impact on our ability to think clearly and our emotional well-being. Whether hiccups arise to the level of trauma, in this kind of a situation, what we typically see are profound psychiatric disorders, such as schizophrenia or bipolar, that would subject the person to delusions, hallucinations. We're dealing with someone who potentially is profoundly sick. Well, I think what we have here is an extreme example of violence and humiliation against women, and that's completely unacceptable. Not only is it unacceptable, though, its behavior of this sort demonstrates sociopathy. We've always had bullying in this country and in the world, actually. Anytime you have an imbalance of power, you're going to have bullying. I think that what we've seen from the media is a heightened attention to the issue, which, quite frankly, is good. I mean, I think it's good that we're starting to have intelligent conversations around this. We have fight, flight, and freeze, and I think fortunately for everybody in that room, we had people who were able to fight, and fight in very significant ways. I mean, I think Ginger's extraordinary. She says that there were no white horses coming up to save them, and yet she has this wonderful white suit on, and she basically saved the day. What it says is relevant in terms of beautiful life. It can also be interpreted to mean a life that's very indulgent and a life that's free of responsibility. This is such a profoundly tragic case that every piece of evidence should be looked at and everything should be considered. Developmentally, we need to take a look at, does the child have the capacity to discern right or wrong? Does he have the capacity to determine what's real and what's a fantasy? I'm very concerned that this child had rifles in his bedroom.